Welcome back. You're watching All About Stocks on ET now. Thank you for staying with us. Sharmila Joshi stays with us on this leg of the show to answer some of the questions that you sent in during the week. Our first question comes in from Sajal. 2,000 shares of Manappuram Finance bought at 33 and 40 paise per share. Should he hold on to this, or is it the right time to sell? Do you think Manappuram Finance can regain those highs that we saw some time ago?
That's a difficult call, and I think the way it has run up from 20 to 31, of course, good quality names getting into the stock, etc., which has added to the pace at which the stock has moved up. But I'd be a little cautious at this stage because I think at some stage you are going to see the stock spend some time and consolidate before it can move higher. So I think 33.40, you're not going to get much more than that in a hurry, unless market sentiment changes substantially. So I would be a little circumspect at this price.
All right, Lokesh Reddy is listening from Bangalore. 5,000 shares of KPIT at 125 rupees. He wants to know what returns he can expect over the next year. That stock ended the week at 121. What are your expectations?
It's a very good quality stock. Again, I don't know with what perspective the investors bought it, because he's bought it at a fairly high price. So because I think it was about at 100-ish level when the numbers came out, and then you saw it run up very quickly to this 120, 125 kind of level on the back of good numbers. So there are a lot many things that are waiting to play out in KPIT Cummins, and from that perspective, I'm very positive on the stock. I think you can get with a year's perspective. I think the question is, so I think you can see a price of about 180 on this stock.
All right. And one more quick question. Lawrence has written in. He has shares of TVS Motors bought at 66 rupees in November last year. He wants to know how long is it wise to hold on to TVS Motors ended the week at 36. What's your call? First of all, I want to ask you on the two-wheeler segment in altogether, and this one in particular.
I think there it will be like really as usual. I'm not really expecting any slowdown or anything, but it will all depend on who launches the new models and who gets the better numbers. Because I think that in terms of loans and all, it doesn't really matter. And even in terms of fuel prices, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So I think from that perspective, it will really be a game more of, who's able to get the market share and who's able to introduce the better model. Coming to TVS Motors, I think that perhaps this is the wrong time to sell, but 66 seems too far away. So my target on the stock would be about 45.
Okay, 45. Would you, at this point, for viewers who are watching, would you recommend Bajaj over TVS Motors at this point, or you think it's anyone's game? So
definitely, I think Hero Honda and Bajaj Auto would be the stocks to buy. But perhaps in that sense that since the investment was made at 66, the concern is on TVS Motors. But if you were to make a fresh investment, I think without doubt I would buy maybe a Bajaj Auto or a Hero Honda over this. But again, over there, I think the upside is a little limited at this point in time.
All right, so better options in the two-wheeler segment are Bajaj and Hero MotoCorp. We have one last question for this week. Rahul has written in Tesla Goa shares, which he bought at 340 rupees. He wants to know if he should hold on to them at this point or sell. Tesla Goa ended the week at 198. What would you recommend?
I think overall this space is very high beta. Whichever stock you take within the metal space, you've seen them. I think currently they must be all at about half the prices that they were at earlier, and they can bounce back equally fast if things begin to look better on the commodity space. So in that sense, yes, it's a hold. Secondly, I think for Tesla, the big story that's playing out is the merger with Sterlite. I think 5:3 is the ratio, and what's going to happen is that Tesla Sterlite combined will be addressing a far bigger market, not just in size, but also the kind of metals that it addresses, because the VAL holding will be transferred to it, the MOIL holding will be, the MMDC holding will be transferred to it. So I think all things considered, going forward, the entity that it will become will be far bigger than what it is right now. And I think at the present moment, probably Sterlite is a little bit more to gain than Tesla from the ratio. But even at the current price, there is an upside. And if you're willing to hold on, then I think the upside can be substantial. I don't know about 340 again, because I think these stocks can easily give you in a good market. You can easily see it go back to that price. So there is a little bit of pessimism just now on the entire iron ore and steel space, but I think the stock is much bigger than all that, and I think in times to come you will see it become a totally different entity.
Alright, so there's still some hope on that stock. You can hold on to it, but C40 might be a bit of a long wait for you. We've run out of time on this show. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. Remember, you can reach us on Facebook as well, facebook.com/allaboutstock. Sharmila, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for answering our questions. Tune in next week to catch the show. Thanks for watching.